Superheroes have long captured imaginations across the world. Names like Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man invoke the image of masked vigilantes fighting for justice against evil. But what if an Indian superhero could step into that role, bringing with him a unique cultural resonance? Enter Bhagida, the 2024 Indian Kannada language superhero film directed by Dr. Suri and written by Prashant Neel. This film offers an Indian twist in the superhero genre, making it a riveting watch for audiences seeking action and an inspiring story. In this video, I'll dive into the movie's themes, character portrayals, visuals, and sound to explore whether Bhagida manages to carve out its own place in the superhero landscape or if it falls short. The story of Bhagida starts with Vedant, a young boy inspired by superheroes. His mother's teachings fuel his desire to help those in need, but her untimely death leaves him to face a harsh world alone. Years later, Vedant becomes an IPS officer only to be disillusioned by a system rife with corruption. It's this struggle that eventually transforms him into Bhagida, a vigilante who dares to do what the law cannot, pursuing justice on his terms. Bhagida is a study of justice, specifically justice that exists outside the confines of a corrupt system. Vedant's transition from a law-abiding officer to a masked vigilante demonstrates the clash between idealism and harsh reality. This theme resonates with Indian audiences, where corruption in the system often leaves citizens disillusioned. The movie seems to ask, when the system fails, who will stand up for justice? Additionally, Vedant's early fascination with superheroes taps into the universal theme of becoming greater than oneself, transcending personal grief and disillusionment to become a symbol of hope. This metaphor is further enhanced by Bhagida's costumes and actions, merging classic superhero symbolism with an Indian sensibility. Sri Murli plays Veda, the beating heart of Bhagida. Murli's intensity resonates well with the character's arc, from idealistic youth to disheartened officer, and finally to fierce vigilante. His raw and sincere performance carries the weight of his character's transformation, particularly in the moments when Vedant wrestles with the moral complexities of justice outside the law. Supporting performances from Prakash Raj and Rangayana Repu brings layers to the narrative. Raj in particular stands out with a portrayal that adds depth to the story's emotional beats, balancing the predictable storyline with a nuanced display of loyalty and integrity. Rukmini Vasant, while given limited screen time, brings a heartfelt performance that amplifies the film's emotional stakes, even if her character doesn't get as involved in the action. Visually, Bhagida sets itself apart by blending gritty realism with the dramatic flair often associated with Indian cinema. The film's color palette leans into the dark tones, visually symbolizing the moral ambiguity that characterizes Vedant's journey. Dr. Suri's direction brings out the contrasting moods well, using shadows and close-up shots to reflect Vedant's transformation into Bhagida. The superbike, complete with weapon modifications, becomes an extension of Bhagida's identity, reflecting both his Indian roots and his vigilante prowess. Special effects, while present, are not overused, ensuring that the story remains grounded in its themes rather than overwhelmed by spectacle. The practical effects add a visceral punch to the action scenes, enhancing their impact without overshadowing the narrative. The film's score, while not groundbreaking, complements the emotional beats effectively. Bagheera's themes underscores his transformation from Vedant, capturing both his inner conflict and his drive for justice. Sound effects during action sequences heighten the tension without becoming overbearing, allowing the story to take center stage. The soundtrack, subtle but effective, provides a fitting backdrop for Bagheera's journey, blending suspense and emotion in a way that aligns with the film's pace. Bagheera has several standout moments that make it worth watching. Murali's performance as Vedant is a particular highlight, giving depth to a character who might otherwise have felt one-dimensional. The film's pacing keeps viewers engaged, and the director's decision to emphasize character development over non-stop action helps create a narrative that is both intense and emotionally resonant. Scenes depicting Vedant's internal struggle, moments where he must confront his doubts about justice, offer a refreshing take on the superhero trope, making Bagheera a hero audiences both admire and relate to. This grounded approach, coupled with the thrilling action sequences, brings out a hero that feels uniquely Indian, a Devaru, god of justice, or a disillusioned populace. While Bagheera excels in its execution, it isn't without flaws. The storyline, while compelling, follows a familiar pattern seen in countless superhero films. Vedant's journey is predictable, with little deviation from the standard superhero arc. This lack of innovation may leave some viewers feeling as though they've seen it all before. Moreover, the supporting characters, though well acted, feel somewhat underutilized. Rukmini Vasant's role, for instance, could have been more integrated into the plot, potentially giving Vedant's journey an added emotional depth. The film also occasionally relies on slow pacing, which detracts slightly from the momentum needed in a superhero narrative. Bagheera is a film that brings an exciting, distinctly Indian take to the superhero genre. Watching Vedant grapple with moral dilemmas and face off against a corrupt system felt surprisingly refreshing despite the predictable storyline. While the film may not reach the heights of some Western superhero blockbusters, it succeeds in introducing an Indian superhero who feels authentic and relatable. Comparing Bagheera to Prashant Neil's previous works like KGF, it's evident that the film doesn't aim to achieve the same epic scale. Instead, Bagheera finds its strength in subtlety and heart, focusing on the journey of one man's pursuit of justice rather than spectacle alone. For fans of superhero films and Indian cinema alike, Bagheera delivers a story that resonates with both. It's a satisfying watch for those looking for a hero who feels close to home, grounded in Indian culture and values. While it may not redefine the genre, Bagheera offers a memorable character and a narrative worth cheering for. So if you're in the mood for a vigilante tale that blends action with heartfelt themes, Bagheera may be just the hero you've been waiting for. That's my opinion on Bagheera. Do you agree with my thoughts? What are your thoughts on the film? Let me know in the comments. Please drop a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.
What did happen to the last 10? I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really